we go into the differences and similarities, Buddhism, Jainism. First one, we take the two aspects or the different aspects. Place of origin. So from the part of the place of origin, it is one and the same. That is in Buddhism has taken place in Nepal, one time India, and Jainism in India. Place of origin, it is same. That is in India. Then place of worship. Where do they worship? Buddhism in monasteries, nunneries, pagodas and temples. So they are the places. Where the places of worships are called monks. Where the monks live, they are called monasteries. Where the nuns live, they are called nunneries. And then the pagodas and temple. For Jainism, it is always the temple. So that is the places of worship, that is the temple. What are some of the practices which they have? Practices in Buddhism, we have the practice of morality, concentration, a lot of meditation. Know yourself, very important in the Buddhistic concept. So what is that self? And one of the main theories which they hold is that the world is impermanent, insubstantial, and it is always changing. So momentariness is the very nature of the phenomenal world, according to Buddhism. So there are so much of training. That is, there are Triratna centers where they teach a lot of meditation, especially to become aware. The awareness meditation, making them to aware of what is the true nature. So it's a search for understanding what is this world that you see around you, the phenomenal world. What is this world? What is it consisting of? And what is the true nature of the phenomenal world, the reality which we call? What is the true nature of the reality? So what we see around the phenomenal world, insubstantial, impermanent, and it is momentary. The Chaniga, momentariness of the things or fleeting, passing. So much so, Buddhism will deny that there is nothing called the permanent self as such. So that even that is negated. So there is no concept of that. Whereas in the practices of Jainism, what are the practices we have? The 5 vows of truth, non-violence, non-stealing, non-attachment, control our desires and senses, and the greater emphasis is made on non-violence and truth, and also the 3 jewels of right perception, right knowledge, and right contact. Right knowledge, perception, knowledge, and contact. That is the Triratna in Jainism. Triratna of Buddhism is the 3-4, that is Sangham, Buddham Sharanam, Dharmam Sharanam, and Sangham Sharanam. That is the Triratna. So they keep on repeating that, and in every Sangha or every gathering, this is constantly being reminded or chanted throughout. That is Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. And the Triratna of Jainism is that of the right perception, right knowledge, and right contact. So both of them, to a great extent, it is a way or the moral life that which is insisted on in both. That is a Buddhism and Jainism. So a way of life which is according to the moral regulations and all that. Then that's the practices. Then the use of statues and pictures. So are they using any of these pictures or statues for their worship? It's common to both of them. That is, there are the statues of Buddhas are made use, or the pictures are made use, and it is used in both Buddhism and Jainism. We will find that. What about the clergy? Who are the people here? Monks and nuns in Buddhism who unitedly and exactly follow teachings of Buddha under the name of Sangha. So in Buddhism, both the monks and nuns unitedly and exactly follow the teachings of Buddha under the name of Sangha. The Sangha concept is very strong in Buddhism. So there is no question of an individually living. So always you are in the Sangha or the group of monks and nuns. So that is the form of life which they visualize. Whereas in the Jainism, what you see, the monks and nuns are there, the clergy. They are the ones. And they also try to teach the philosophy and the various other moral teachings according to Jainism. What about the belief in God? So we are making the comparison on and the differences and differences and similarities. Are there something similar to in both of them? And what are the differences in them? The belief in God, one aspect both of them agree is about there is no concept of a creator God, either in Buddhism, neither in Buddhism nor in Jainism. So they do not accept that a creator God, whereas all other religions have their concept of a creator God is very much existent. So monks and nuns in Buddhism, unitedly they perform the clerical activity, that is the teachings of Buddha under the name of Sangha. And what we see in Jainism, who are the clerics? That is both the monks and nuns, not the laity. So laity's role is very much minimal in Jainism. The belief in God is about, they say there is no creator God. So Buddhism does not believe in a creator God. Here in Jainism also there is no creator God. Then what takes care? That is the principle of karma, the theory of karma. That is the one which is doing the retribution or the right judge. Your action is going to be the judge. Then the concept of deity. Are there deities in Buddhism and Jainism? Instead of deities in Buddhism, what they conceive is that devas or celestial beings are accepted as those suffering from samsara. So in the concept of Buddhism, the concept of deities they do not accept so much because they already deny the existence of a creator God. There is no creator God neither in Buddhism nor in Jainism. So the concept of deities do not arise in Buddhism. They, on the other hand, accept the devas or celestial beings are accepted as those suffering in samsara. So they are part of this cyclic birth, death and rebirth. And this is in the concept of the deity in Buddhism. In Jainism, numerous deities known as Tirthankaras. So Tirthankaras are called the persons who are worthy of their acknowledgement, or Jains do not worship them in literal sense of idol worship to ask favors. Rather, these Tirthankaras are venerated as ideal men and teachers whose teachings should be followed. So what are the Tirthankaras? Who are the Tirthankaras? They are the teachers. They are enabling people to tide over or cross over the ford. So the ford makers, or they are called the victors. Victors in life, they have done or achieved that perfect knowledge, vision, bliss and power. So these four aspects of the original state of the soul is achieved by them. So they wanted to teach others also to reinstate the original status of the soul. The soul aspect is very much dominant in Jainism, whereas it is absent in Buddhism. Buddhism do not accept any permanent existing aspect or something which is continuously existing. no permanency. So for them, everything is impermanent. Nothing is there is anything that is which you can say that continues to exist. No permanency, even that of your soul, no. And the Creator God, there is no Creator God for Buddhism. So all what they would accept is that of the impermanency, the thought continuous movement of things. And from that only they have brought in the theory of Paditta Samutpada, or the dependent origination. How things come into existence, or it's about the behavior itself, how one action is depending on the other. That is the dependent origination of the various activities which you are doing. The cause and effect, like that the reasoning, we have seen that already. So in the concept of deity, they would accept with regard to the celestial being which is still undergoing the samsara. Whereas in Jainism, they do accept numerous deities known as Tirthankaras, those who have made already the crossing of the river, or the genus, or the victors. They do not worship them in the exact terms of idol worship, to ask favors and all that they do not do. Rather, these Tirthankaras are venerated as ideal men and teachers whose teaching should be followed. So these are the people who have made a great a great way of making their life in order to reinstate the original status of the soul, that is the perfect knowledge, perfect vision, power and bliss. So that they have succeeded. So Tirthankaras are persons who have succeeded to make that. So therefore they are men of veneration, to be venerated, and their teaching to be followed, in order that you to make that progress in life, in order to reinstate the original status of your soul, which is in a number of ways curtailed or prevented from realizing the true knowledge, power, vision and bliss. So that is the suffering which you are undergoing. Now with regard to the founder, what about the Buddhism and Jainism? Gautam Buddha is known as Prince Siddhartha, and the Tirthankara, the founders are the 24 Tirthankaras we have in the Jainism. And 22 of them, perhaps not much evidence for them, but the last two, Parshva and of Mahavira, Lord Mahavira, we have some evidence. Vartamana Mahavira, 24th and final Tirthankara of the era. Vartamana Mahavira is the 24th Tirthankara in the line of succession. After that, we have not heard anything about. Who is the next one, we do not know. Then what is Buddhism about? Buddhism is about following the teachings of Buddha, what he has taught, and then the Jainism is following the teachings of Mahavir. So these are the two founders. Buddhism founded by Gautam Buddha, and in Jainism we cannot exactly say that Mahavira is the founder of Jainism. In fact, all of them, all the 24 of them were the contributors to. Only thing what Lord Mahavira did was that he gave the present shape to Jainism as of now, and therefore automatically it is given to him the title about the founder of Jainism. So there is no one founder for Jainism, because all the 24 of them have contributed to the growth of the Jainism. Whereas Buddhism, it's a single founder, that is Gautama Buddha. What he taught, that is about that Buddhism is the teachings of Buddha. What he had been teaching, or the trouble which he had, was about the suffering. Why there is suffering in life? He wanted an answer for that. So all of his life he was making an effort to find out what would be the real meaning of life as such.